Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you if this game is worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Necrosmith. It's time to assemble a vampire skeleton harpy and send it to be wild and free across the countryside. Wait, what's that? Villagers don't like vampire skeleton harpies on their lawn? Don't worry, we'll deal with that. Necrosmith is a PC-only release that is currently in early access, and its MSRP is only $3. And in its current state, it will take you about 4 to 6 hours to get through all of the biomes, maybe more dependent on your luck. So what exactly is Necrosmith? Well, it's an RTS game where you don't actually have control over your armies, instead focusing on being Reanimator by gluing together any available body part to create an undead minion. Hey, I got my degree in psychology and not necromancy, this is the best I can do. The basic loop is simple. You'll have a storage of a bunch of various body parts, including heads, arms, torsos, and legs, and you'll need to slap them together, reanimate them, and send them out into the world to live their best life. The world is a dangerous but resourceful place, however, and as your zombie baby explores, they'll uncover all kinds of stuff. Scattered across the map are resource generators, providing such things as bricks to upgrade your castle, more body parts, or mana that you'll use to pay for more animation. Enemy spawners also surround you, and when they're discovered, they'll send waves of enemies to your castle unless the spawner itself is destroyed. And as you adventure even further out, you'll discover teleporters where you can launch your horrible undead monstrosities further into enemy territory for advanced assaults. While this may sound complex, it really isn't, because 99% of the time your undead aren't under your control at all. Their AI generally directs them towards attacking enemies or spawners, and in peacetime they'll gather resources and tag mines. They do seem to love leaving your base undefended, and if your base dies, you lose. Murdering spawners gives blueprints that can be built with bricks to provide buffs, such as stronger troops, castle healing, better parts, and so on. Every in-game day, you'll gather from your tagged resources, leading to a windfall of new parts and materials. And you can't have more than 15 zombies at a time, so you'll need to murder the weak ones when the time comes. The further out you explore, the better parts you'll find, but also stronger enemy spawns will need to be dealt with. Eventually, your brain-dead undead will delve too greedily and too deep, and you'll get destroyed because they don't understand restraint. It's worth pointing out that you can provide basic commands to the zombies, including individual manual controls of one at a time, or ordering one to hold position, but that's basically it. They are stupid for a reason, and you will have to work around it. Lastly, each round you'll gather gold, which can be used for permanent upgrades back at your necro shop that persist on each run. These include offensive and defensive spells, ability to warp zombies back to home base, and the all-powerful cat who gathers resources for you. So all in all, this is an RTS roguelite without strategy part and more an auto-undead smither type game, which isn't a genre, but I wrote it, so I'm saying it. So what do I like about Necrosmith? Well, it's a neat concept. The idea of essentially creating soldiers and letting them auto-conquer the map while you plan the next wave is neat, and it combines the feeling you get from both idle games and Vampire Survivor types. Additionally, I really like this game's pixel art style, as well as how bizarre and stupid your various undead creations can be. It's really entertaining to make a lizard, zombie, harpy, vampire and just set them loose. And lastly, this game is weirdly addicting, probably because of its simplicity, with trying to do better each run, with the new upgrades interesting, and the relatively low brain power required leading to that one more round type thing. When it comes to the bad, the undead AI, despite being improved since I wrote the original script, is still a major point of frustration across the game, as they either won't defend, won't explore, won't tag mines, etc. I get the joke is they're stupid, but that doesn't necessarily make it fun. Additionally, recipes, which are specific combinations of parts that provide a bonus to that build later, are too difficult to find most of the time, and they often aren't even worth the hassle. And lastly, there's really little strategy beyond just building the best possible undead and setting it free and hoping for the best, which leads to most games being either you steamrolling the map or you just get stomped. As you know, I rate games here on a 3-point scale: must play, maybe consider, don't bother. I'd say Necrosmith is currently a maybe consider. It's a game I was really frustrated with, yet kept finding myself coming back to, which leaves me mixed on what to say in this conclusion. It's really rough, which makes sense as it's in early access, but despite that, I kept booting it up and doing another run, cursing the countryside with the ugliest undead beasties mankind had ever seen for some more pillaging and murder action. As a $3 game, it's fine, but not exemplary in its current state, but if it seems interesting, it's a low investment to check it out. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have you heard of or even played Necrosmith? What do you think about it? Please let me know in the comments, but regardless, go and check it out.